The Reading Company Technical and Historical Society was created in 1976 and is dedicated to preserving the history of the Reading Railroad. In 1983, in order to help educate and engage the public, volunteers of the organization formed a committee known as the Modular Committee. The Modular Committee manages a fabulous HO-scale modular railroad with the intent to continue to interact with the public through their HO-scale train layout. The layout is called modular because it can be taken apart and reassembled, which allows the volunteers to move the crowd-pleasing display from one place to the next. By participating in several major expos and shows per year, the Reading Company Technical and Historical Society's modular HO scale team can reach out to tens of thousands of people each and every year. Always looking for new venues to display the impressive layout, as well as welcoming any people who would like to visit or become volunteers themselves, the Modular Committee takes about 3 to 4 hours per show to set the display up and about 2 to 3 hours to tear it down and then store it for transportation to the next show via their 3 pickup trucks with trailers. The layout is flexible and can be assembled in lengths ranging from 60 to 156 feet, with a fixed width of 14 feet and a height of 3 feet. Individual sections of the modular railroad are mostly 4 to 6 feet in length. This particular video was filmed while the display and volunteers were visiting the annual Christmas and Gift Show at the Farm Show Complex in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The layout that you see is about 112 feet in length. The entire layout is digital command control operated and consists of a double-track main line complete with operating signals. A dispatcher is located in the center of the layout at a computerized dispatch center.
AP4 on signal track 2 to track 1 at Wyomissing. What we have here is a dispatching panel. The red lines indicate where there's a train on the dispatching panel. I control the routing of the trains. The individual engineers are responsible for maintaining the integrity of the signal system. They follow the signals and follow the train as it goes around the track. What I do is I give them a signal, such as here. I'll give them a signal that says they can proceed up this track 2. I'm going to run him all the way down through here, down through Wayne Junction, and back over at West Cressona. So he's doing a bypass of where they're building the intermodal train, which you might have seen earlier.
The trains running on the layout are focused on the time period from the 1940s to today. One can expect to see examples of many different types of locomotives and rolling stock. Among the most prized trains, the exhibit features scale replicas of the Reading's famous stainless steel streamliner, the Crusader. The Crusader made 2 round trips daily between Philadelphia and New York. Also featured is a scale replica of the T1 484 steam locomotive, which used to be used for Reading's Iron Horse rambles that ran between 1959 and 1964. While viewing the layout, you'll also see freight trains of mixed styles and trains dedicated to the coal and steel industry. There's even a 145-car coal train. Featured on the layout are numerous stops including Dana, which was once a large industry in Reading that made automobile frames. Now, let's take a ride on the Reading and look at some of the highlights of the modular HO scale railroad and meet some of the volunteers who make it all work.
The Reading's Crusader train was one of the Reading Railroad's premier trains. It ran from Philadelphia to New York on regular runs starting in the 1930s, and it survived after the steam locomotives running with diesels and then running with RDCs after that.
Well, we'll just have to get out here sometime.
Yeah.
Enjoy all that. Reading ran the Iron Horse Rambles from 1959 to 1964. They were fan trips. They attracted people from all over the country. They had 4 of their T1 engines that they used, 2100, 2101, 2, and this one is 2124.
Hello, I'm Wayne Engel, and I'm going to be shifting cars here in the Stowe yard. It's a yard modeling the yard that is near Pottstown. It's a local industries switching yard.
Well, that about wraps up our tour of the Reading Company Technical and Historical Society's modular HO scale train layout. It is spectacular. It's even better when you see it in person, and you know what? You can become a volunteer. If you like trains, if this particular video inspired you, if you've always had a passion for railroading, then you need to go hook up, literally, with the good folks at the Reading Company Technical and Historical Society. They will greet you with open arms, and for now, we say so long, hope to see you soon.